Why are there so many UFOs being reported near nuclear facilities, and why isn't there more urgency on the part of the government to assess their potential national security threat? Those are questions being asked by a team of high-ranking former U.S. defense and intelligence officials, aerospace industry veterans, academics, and others associated with the To the Stars Academy of Arts and Science. The team has been investigating a wide range of these sightings and advocating more serious government attention. Throughout history, unexplained aerial phenomena, UAPs, have shocked, frightened, and fascinated skywatchers, and in the last century, more than a few have been reported in military contexts. In late World War II, U.S. airmen called them Foo Fighters, strange orange flying lights by the French-German border. During the Korean War, some soldiers claimed a blue-green light emitting pulsing rays, making their whole battalion sick with what, to some, resembled radiation poisoning. Less known, in the last 75 years, high-ranking U.S. military and intelligence personnel have also reported UAPs near sites associated with nuclear power, weaponry, and technology, from the early atomic bomb development and test sites to activate nuclear naval fleets. All of the nuclear facilities, Los Alamos, Livermore, Sandia, Savannah River, all had dramatic incidents where these unknown crafts appeared over the facilities and nobody knew where they were from or what they were doing there, says investigative journalist George Knapp, who has studied the UAP nuclear connection for more than 30 years. Knapp has gathered documentation by filing Freedom of Information Act requests to the Department of Defense and Energy. Nuclear-adjacent sightings go back decades, says Robert Hastings, a UFO researcher and author of the book UFOs and Nukes: Extraordinary Encounters at Nuclear Weapons Sites. Hastings says he's interviewed more than 160 veterans who have witnessed strange things in the skies around nuclear sites. You have objects being tracked on radar performing at speeds that no object on Earth can perform, Hastings says. You have eyewitness military personnel. You have jet pilots. Witnesses to these incidents are often highly trained personnel with top security clearances. In recent years, their reports are being corroborated by sophisticated technology. In late 1948, green fireballs were reported in the skies near atomic laboratories in Los Alamos and Sandia, New Mexico, where the atomic bomb was first developed and tested. A declassified FBI document from 1950 mentions flying saucers, measuring almost 50 feet in diameter near the Los Alamos labs. And Knapp has interviewed more than a dozen workers from the Nevada Desert Atomic Test Site, where scores of A-bombs were detonated in the post-World War II years. He says they told him UFO activity was so commonplace there that employees were assigned to monitor the activity. In the 1960s and 70s, repeated UFO sightings emerged at Malmstrom Air Force Base in Montana, a storage site for nuclear-tipped intercontinental ballistic missiles, ICBMs. At one such alleged sighting in 1967, former Air Force Captain Robert Salas says that several of those missiles became inoperative. At the same time, base security reported seeing a glowing red object, about 30 feet in diameter, hovering over the facility. Salas, who commanded ICBMs as a launch officer and later worked in the aerospace industry and at the Federal Aviation Administration, told CNN the missiles began going into what's called a no-go condition, or unlaunchable. Observers can only speculate about the origin of these unexplained phenomena, but the repeated proximity to sensitive defense sites, connected to our nation's most powerful weapons, has raised the question of whether they might originate from adversaries, known or unknown. In recent years, sightings of unidentified aerial phenomena have emerged from America's nuclear navy. F-18 fighter pilots from the nuclear-powered USS Theodore Roosevelt carrier strike group saw UAPs almost daily for several months between the summer of 2014 and the spring of 2015 while executing training maneuvers along the eastern seaboard between Virginia and Florida. Eyewitnesses told Elizondo, "Wherever we were, they were there," says Ryan Graves, an active-duty F-18 fighter pilot from the USS Roosevelt, who holds a degree in aerospace engineering. The objects appeared in three shapes, Graves says. Some were discs, others looked like a cube inside a sphere, while smaller round objects flew together in formation. All lacked visible engines or exhaust systems. Some tilted mid-flight, like spinning tops, as seen on a video released by the U.S. Department of Defense in 2017. Graves and another F-18 pilot confirmed that the video, along with one other released by the government, had been shot by their fellow Roosevelt pilots while in the air. Whereas earlier reports were career killers for military personnel, there is increasing openness in the Pentagon and on Capitol Hill to taking these sightings seriously as potential threats. The U.S. Navy announced that it was updating its guidelines for how pilots and personnel should report unexplained aerial phenomena, making it easier for military members to report sightings to superiors, without facing professional stigma and backlash. and Congress, beginning with former Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid, has taken more interest in being briefed. At the facilities where we were first designing and building nuclear weapons, at the places where we were processing the fuel, at the facilities where we were testing the weapons, at the bases where we deployed those weapons, on the ships, the nuclear submarines, all those places, all the people working there have seen these things, Knapp says. Are they all crazy? He continued. Because if they are, they shouldn't have their hands on nuclear weapons. If aliens seek to preserve humanity for their own ends, whether it be to study or eat us, we obviously can't be nuking each other. In each of these cases, whatever's out there is clearly wary of the prospect. If a world leader was stupid enough to push the button, I'm sure they wouldn't let it stand. What do you think? We have an exciting announcement. We'll be doing a monthly giveaway. All you have to do is like and comment on our videos for the chance to win a variety of prizes, including hats, shirts, and more. The more you like and comment, the greater your chances. Oh, and subscribing doesn't hurt either. What are you waiting for? Smash that like button. You can get free stuff.